if you are trying to lose weight and you're trying to be healthy, okay, just understand at the very beginning, you're gonna have times where you're not motivated. Everybody knows this already. It's not like it's not a surprise that, you know, your motivation will change over time. Sometimes your emotions are going to be very high, you're going to feel very great, you're going to be super pumped, and then the next day you're going to wake up and say, where did it all go? Why am I not motivated? And the problem is with social media these days, most of the fitness gurus and these experts online always post positive, uplifting, motivational quotes and videos, try to get you pumped up. So we just assume, man, they must always be motivated. They must always be pumped. It is not the truth, guys. We are all human beings, and it's human nature to be unmotivated sometimes and to not feel as good and to not always be pumped, okay? Just admit that to yourself at the beginning, so that way when you do get to that point in your journey, you're not going to beat yourself up and you're not going to be depressed. And the reason I say those words is because I've recently joined a couple private groups on Facebook where tons of people are in there and they share their transformations and they share their challenges, they share their diets and all this stuff. And I've really been seeing a lot of people recently talk about, I fell off the wagon, I gained back 20 pounds, I gained back 30 pounds, I'm depressed, I hate myself, and all these different things. And I'm like, look, they probably just didn't address it in the forefront. Address that, hey man, you're gonna fall off. It's just gonna happen. I don't care who you are. You're gonna have setbacks. You're gonna take a dip every once in a while, and it's not gonna be as smooth as you want it to be, right? So this video, I wanna talk about how do we stay motivated? What are some things that I do and tools that I use to stay motivated? And dude, trust me, I have been a guy that I've been an athlete all my life, and towards the end of high school, I was probably in the best shape ever. I never ate right, but I was still in great shape. I was working out 2-3 times a day. And since then, ever since I stopped playing sports, motivation has been hard to come by. I'm just being truthful. It's hard. It's hard to stay motivated. It's like, what am I even... Like, I've never been motivated by looks alone. Like, I've always kind of wanted to look really fit and lean and healthy, but it wasn't that motivating to me. I mean, maybe you can relate to that. Some people are motivated by the six-pack. They want to get the six-pack. I really wasn't. But anyway, I've had ups and downs. I've been motivated for, 6 months straight. I've been motivated for a year straight. When I played sports, it was multiple years straight where I was nonstop working out, really taking care of myself, for the limited knowledge I had, especially nutritionally. But I just want to share a couple tips, a couple things about staying motivated. And the number one thing that helps me is, this is something I always ignored my whole life, even in sports, even all the times I've been to the gym. I never understood the inside of the body. I never focused on the inside, what goes on at a cellular or molecular level, and not just your biceps and your quads and your calves and your shoulders. What's going on inside of your body? How does the food that we eat affect us, our muscles, our insulin, our energy, our brain? How does all that work? Like as soon as you put it in your mouth, you chew, you swallow. What happens as it travels through your body and gets digested? Okay, this helps especially with dieting, okay, because you will be terrified to put bad toxic things into your body like soda, fried foods. You'll be terrified because you'll actually understand how it metabolizes and how it affects your body and your brain. And to be honest, that really was the big motivator for me. I started to understand visceral fat, which is like the fat that surrounds all your internal organs, which is super dangerous. And I guarantee you, I currently have a lot. And I definitely had more when I was 330 pounds in January of this year. Now, as of this morning, I weighed 284. I was terrified of the inside of the body. What's going on, like, in here? Not just on the outside at the gym. We like to flex in the mirror. We like to growl and try to look all sexy. But what's going on inside. And don't just take my advice or my opinion for it. Study people that know, that are trained, that are educated. There's 2 people I want you to look up to learn more about the body. And these are actual doctors that study this for a living, that have been doing this for decades and decades. Number 1 is Dr. Sten Ekberg. Okay, he's amazing. Both these doctors, they do talk about keto and intermittent fasting as far as nutrition, and that's what I do, but I'm not really telling you about that part. They're very well at and really detailed about the body and how it works, and they make it very simple for you to understand. It's not complex. Maybe every once in a while there's a word you're like, what the heck does that mean? They'll explain it. So that's the first doctor, Dr. Ekberg. The second one is Dr. Berg, right? It's funny, Ekberg and then Dr. Berg. I will link their YouTube channels in the description below. These guys are not here to sell you bull crap or sell you a 10-step process to lose 100 pounds in 6 hours, like these fitness people out, these days. They really going to teach you, step by step what the body does, how it reacts to certain foods, and how sleep affects you, and hormones, and all these things that regulate our body weight and our overall health. So that's the number 1 way to stay motivated, just to understand that. Because like I said, as soon as you understand even a little bit, even a tiny bit about that, it's motivating. Like, you will actually understand what we should eat and how much we should eat of it and how it affects us. So definitely look into that. Self-educate. You don't need a college degree to learn this basic stuff. You don't need, a crazy expensive education to figure this out and to be healthier. The second one is, and all of us experience this because we're human beings, use anger. Use frustration to your advantage. Don't just get angry and frustrated and go eat a 12-pack of donuts. Use that anger. Go to the gym. Just go use it. That's energy. That could either be a waste of energy, or it could be energy used for something productive. Go for a walk. Write down all your goals in a journal, even if it takes 4 hours, because you're just so upset with how your current situation is going and your motivation levels. Write everything out. Do it. I'm telling you. And the more you write, the more it gets clear in your head, the more focused you are. And you'll really pay attention to that. Number 3, you want a clear vision. Right? And I do have notes, by the way, guys, if y'all want to know. I get off some tangents, and I want to look back at the notes and make sure I'm on track. But number 3, this video is getting long, so I'm gonna kind of hurry up. Number 3, have a clear vision when you start. Okay? Not just looks. Looks can be very motivating for some people, but be as clear as possible. If you want to go by weight, say, hey, I want to be, like, for example, I want to be 225 pounds by the end of 2020. Okay, great. I started at 330, right? So you can go that way. Another way is to, like, literally close your eyes, picture yourself in 10 years. The dream version of yourself, the version of yourself that is the healthiest, the most energetic, the brightest that you've ever been, the most positive, impactful person you could imagine yourself. And then pretend you're that person already, and ask yourself questions, and talk to yourself. Talk to that future version of yourself. What would that future version of yourself say to you? When you're not feeling good, when you're feeling like crap, and you're feeling unfocused and unmotivated, what would that version of you say to you now? Okay, and then, all right, I already covered the last 2. It was just like your future self. And then be nice to yourself. I did that at the beginning. Look, if you can just, from the get-go, let yourself know it's going to be hard. You're going to be frustrated. You're going to be discouraged. It's okay. Lighten the load on yourself. It's not the end of the world. Human beings, things happen. We have deaths in the family. We have jobs that we have to get a new job. Might have to relocate. Might have weddings and all these different things to go to that's going to try to distract you. And even if you get distracted for a day, a week, or even a month, look, just be nice to yourself. Say, look, okay, I've screwed off. I gained 20 pounds back. Who cares? Don't think about it. Just get back on track. Don't even dwell on it. Because you dwell on it, then your emotions are going to go high, and then you're going to keep skipping out workouts. You want to keep eating junk food. Don't dwell on it. Let it go and just get back on track. That's it. Sorry, guys. I know I said I was going to make shorter videos, but this is a hot topic for me. So anyway, hopefully this is a good message for you. Look, just send this to a friend that's struggling right now with motivation. That's all I ask. Anyway, see you later.